guys, I hope you're all doing well. So I'm here with the second update for my Project 10 pan. And yeah, I'll just share, there was one item that I was able to finish up from my last update, and then I'll just share the progress on everything I'm still working on. So the one item that I was able to finish off, it's the first item I finished off in this project, is the Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer. And I did cut into it and got all the product. So this is now finished. And I really enjoyed this primer. It's a very like lotiony primer, and those are the type I prefer. So I think once I use up, well, to see, I have a lot of little deluxe sizes of primers, but I think this is a contender for a repurchase once I finish all of those other primers. But finish that one off. So first item is done, and I'll just go over what I'm working on. So once I finish off that primer, I started to use this one. Not quite sure when I finished that and started using this one. This is the Too Faced Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. So it's just a little size, and I've only been using it a week or so, and I've already finished. I try to squeeze out the air. I'm like halfway finished with it. Now I'm not quite sure. I didn't really like pay attention when I started using this, like how full this little like squeezy tube was, but that's pretty much where I am now. So I'm not expecting this to take me much longer. Maybe by the next update I'll have this one finished off. So that's exciting. Then onto my foundation. I'm using the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus Mattifying Foundation. Now this I store upside down. I'm not quite sure how much I have left. I don't have a ton left, but if I try to like shine a light to like see how much I have left, like I get nothing. So I did use this today. I tend to use this more in the weekends. Throughout the week I just use my BB cream. But today I mixed this in with my BB cream. This one is a little too light, and I'm not the greatest fan of like really heavy matte foundations, so I do like to mix this with something. So since I'm not using it every day, I do expect this to stick around in this project a little bit longer than I would if I was like using it every day, but I don't have a ton left with this one. So still making some slow but steady progress on this product. Then I have my BB cream, the Dr. Jart Radiance Beauty Balm. And this I'm making my way through really quickly. I use it every weekday, sometimes on the weekend, sometimes I mix this in with the foundation. So I squeezed out the air in the packaging, and I should have had, like for the squeezy tubes, I should have measured them when I started, but I didn't. So the marks, I just have marks for this time. So I squeezed all the air, and I approximate that I'm about here. So almost finished with this one. Of course, there's product that's stuck on the sides. So any like sort of face products like the primer, the BB cream, I will cut into the product once I can't squeeze any more product out, so I can get all of the product in the packaging. But it shouldn't take me that much longer to finish this off. Maybe not by the next update, but I would say in an update or two that this one should be finished. So happy about that. Then I have my powder. It's the Physicians Formula Mineral Wear Airbrushing Pressed Powder. It's Physicians Formula, but the packaging for that broke, so I put it into Becca packaging. So here's what I have left. Not a ton, if you can see. It's just product around this outer rim. Last time I was at the outer rim, well, mostly at the outer rim, there was some product like kind of between the second and third rims, I guess. But yeah, that's how much I have left. And I feel like I could probably finish this up in the next 3 weeks by the next update, but we'll have to see. I'll be really close by next time, I think. But that's what I have left here. And I do use that every day. I have oily skin, so powder is definitely a must. So that, I go through powders pretty quickly. So I feel like that should have no problem finishing off pretty soon. Then I have my blushes. I have a cream blush and a powder blush. So the cream blush is my favorite Project Pan item, my Josie Maran Coconut Water Cheek Gelee in Poppy Paradise. So that's what that one looks like. So I'd already hit pan on it. I try to use this every day. I think I forgot to use it today, but mostly every day I use it, and just continuing to like wear down the product. So we'll see. This one is hard to like measure progress on, but I have been making consistent progress with that. Then I have my powder blush, which I've also hit pan on, and the pan just continues to expand. So it's the Tarte 12-hour Amazonian clay blush in exposed. So you can see the pan on this one, and yeah, I feel like I use this every day. It's a very easy color to wear every day. It goes with a lot of different looks, and I really like this shade, so it's really easy to incorporate into any sort of look that I'm doing. And yeah, the pan just continuing to expand on that. So happy with the progress there. I feel like the blushes, they're definitely going to take me most of the year to finish off, but I do like having them into this project, just so I can like make sure that I'm using it very consistently. Then I have my highlighter, the Benefits What's Up. And I've used this a few times as a highlighter. I've started to use it now as a cream eyeshadow. I've tried that for the last few days, but I haven't been using it consistently enough for there to be real progress. So there's a little bit of progress. This is my little post-it note. So the first mark is from when I started. So for my first update, I didn't have any progress. You can see there's a little, I could have made a little, a new line, I suppose, but barely any progress. I feel like this type of product, it just moves very, very slowly, but I'm trying to figure out ways to use it, so I'm still kind of experimenting around with that. Then I have my setting spray, the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. This I do use every day, so I have my mark from last time. I don't think I had a mark when I started. When I had started, this is pretty much full. So I have a mark from my first update and then this update. So based on that progress, I would say it probably will take me about 2 more updates to finish this one off. But I feel like I can get through it pretty fast because it's a pretty easy step to add into the makeup routine. So I can do that every day. So that's that. Then I have my Anastasia Brow Duality. It's the double-ended kind of brow pencil. So I have been trying to also use this as a cream eyeshadow between this and the What's Up from Benefit. I'm kind of experimenting around with that. But I haven't used this one a ton. With my current eyeshadow palette, which is the Makeup Forever like Artist Volume 1 palette, it's not, I don't know if it's the combination of these products and that palette, or these products just don't work as well for cream eyeshadows, but I'm still trying to play around with it because it's not been the greatest combination. So I've used this a few times, and it's kind of like the Benefit, like I could have made a little line, but it would be just under the line that's there. But that is that product. I'm still trying to play around with this and figure out the best way to use it. I think that my favorite way to use it is like the matte shade as just like a brow highlight. But I tend to use like an eyeshadow for that, so maybe I can compare, like play with like putting this one down first, blend it out, and then put like an eyeshadow for like a brow bone highlight. But I'm still playing around with that. Didn't really get as much product out of that, or as much progress out of those products, the Anastasia, Beverly Hills, and then the What's Up, as I wanted to, but still trying to make those work into my routine. Then I have my eyeliner, the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Desperation. It's like a gray shade. And eyeliners, I like to have in project pans so I remember to use them, but I just make kind of slow progress with eyeliners, especially pencil liners. So, let's see. I have to measure this one from the little metal part at the bottom because it was too long to fit on this little like post-it note. So I made a little bit of progress. Like you can see, every time I've just made like a little bit of progress. So try to use this daily. Sometimes I forget, but I'm slowly making progress through that. And then finally I have my 4 lip products. So these I kind of like having multiple lip products, then I can kind of mix it up. It gives me a little bit of variety. I have a variety in formula at least. The colors are kind of similar, but the formulas at least are fun to play around with. So firstly, for my lip products, I have the Benefit Sugarbomb. This is something else I should have measured when I started, but I have my little mark for now, so I try to squeeze out the air so you can kind of see where I'm at with this one. This one I've been using a lot in the last 3 weeks. I hadn't really been using it when I started the project, so I've really been making an effort with this one. And yeah, I don't have a ton of product left in this, so we'll see how much longer that one takes if I continue to focus on this one a lot. Then I have my Fresh Sugar Lip Treatment in Honey, and this one I have in my purse, so it's something I reapply throughout the day. So for my first update, I was able to make a lot of progress with this, but then this time when I was measuring it, so you can see the mark from where I started, and then my first update and the second update. So from my first to second updates, I didn't make a ton of progress. I was kind of surprised with that, but these are fairly easy to go through. They're really like hydrating. I like that they add a little bit of color. It's something I like to have in my purse. So I'm not worried with using this one up, but was a little bit surprised about the progress on that. Then I have my little Amuse Bouche lipsticks from Bite. I have two of them. One is in the shade Honeycomb. So for Honeycomb, you can see my marks from when I started, my first update, second update, so you can see I made a little bit of progress with Honeycomb. And for Honeycomb, I don't have a lot of product, so I don't feel like that will be a problem using it off by the end of the project. So you can see I'm making kind of slow progress on this one. So that's Honeycomb. And then the second Amuse Bouche lipstick, and my final item for this project pan is Pepper. So when I first started this project, the first 3 weeks, I was using this one every day. I've kind of slowed down on that, and I've been using the lip gloss more. So you can see my progress from when I started and my first update, I made a lot of progress. And then this time, I didn't even make enough progress to make a new line. I said this before, how my lipsticks wear down like at a point. So I measure it from the highest point. So even if I make progress, if that part doesn't wear down, then I'm not making new marks. So it's not always representative of the use that I've had have made with the product, but that's just how I measure it. I have used this a few times, but just not noticeable progress has been made with that. So that is the final item. So that is everything. I think the next items that I will be finishing, I would say the primer. I feel like I might have this finished by the next update. The BB cream, this one I'll have really closer finished by next time. I think the Physicians Formula, the powder, that one I'm really close on, and I'd say in the next update, well, I would say will take 2 updates, but I think the setting spray, those I think will be the next items I'll finish. But yeah, I'm happy with my progress. I think it's good, even if you don't make progress, it's good to have the updates, because then you kind of realize stuff you need to focus on a little bit more. But anyway, that is my video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.